Well, while there is, I think, quite a surface perception that there is great difference between Germany and Britain, actually, I think there are quite a few common traits that are important here. So, for example, the UK is arguably just as federalised as Germany. We have Devo Max in Scotland now, we have city devolutions, and two houses to balance legislation. Not also to mention that the German surplus, the economic surplus, as well as the British deficit are arguably the different sides of the same coin. So personally, from my perspective, it feels like both countries have been experiencing a period where people do not feel like they're getting out of their country what they've put back in. And this is obviously manifested in a couple of ways in Britain, Brexit being the obvious example, but also the general election, which indicates that this has been felt across multiple parts of society. And I think what's going to be quite interesting, particularly for Germany, is the extent to which, for example, pensions come up on the agenda in September. And I think given that there is this kind of shared sense of dislocation, perhaps you could call it the erosion of the social contract, it's going to be shared solutions that come forward out of Britain and Germany. Now, as someone who works in digital entrepreneurship, I'm a little bit biased here, but I increasingly feel that there are more channels for people to kind of structure their own worlds and get their own reward that they would like.
I think the most important question here is about the youth. I mean, in both countries, we have seen very great disparity between generations, and we have to respect what the people have voted for or against. So we have to looking forward. And to your question, I think really the youth exchange for academia, collaboration in business, and the startup, especially London is a very important hub for international innovations. And in Germany, they are also thriving in different cities like Berlin. So I think really the youth and the power and the empowerment is really key for the better future and the society within Germany and the UK.
I think it's difficult for me to talk about how it is in Germany, although I've been learning quite a lot from different people over the course of the last 3 days. But in terms of what's driving change in Britain, I think at the moment you're seeing that there's two tribes. There's those who hold on to some sort of past vision of Britain that may or may not have existed and are seeking to replicate that, and are using Brexit in particular as sort of an avenue for that. And then you see those who sort of recognise Britain's limitations, love Britain, but also realise that we actually need to collaborate and cooperate with the world around us. And I think at the moment, as we've seen, it's probably those who are harking back to times gone by and they desire to replicate that who are on top. But I think what will be driving change in the years to come is the reaction to that.